Welcome to our Sunday Live. We are Jill and Jerry, the Cruising Connect.
And we are back from our latest cruise, and it's also Valentine's Day, Family Day, the Olympics are going on. There's so much positivity that we wanted to talk about all the great things in cruising, especially since we're just freshly off a cruise. So that's what we're going to do today.
It's playing right now.
Oh, there's always one glitch when we come back. And we must be back. We couldn't see the intro. Hopefully you did. It was just a black screen for us. But always those hiccups, those little gremlins there when you're away and not doing a live every weekend. But this is Jill. I'm Jerry. We're the Cruising Connects. And this is our Sunday Live. If you don't catch a Sunday, you see it on repeat on YouTube. You can catch it as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. That stuff out of the way. Bruno's happy to have us back. He's had a little bit of a trim. His hair was getting awfully long when we were gone, so he's back to looking like a puppy again.
That's right.
So, I'm not sure what it's like where you are. It's starting to slowly warm up here. It's not as warm as it was when we were in the Caribbean by any means, but
no way.
At least it's not minus 25, minus 35, all that ugly stuff that you get in wintertime.
That's right.
And when we were away, it was actually quite chilly for people in Florida. And even as far south as Panama and Colombia, it was a little chillier what they were used to. For us, it was shorts weather. For them, it was, just a little bit off. You don't have any words since you came back from the trip.
I know. I'm just like, we were joking before we went live. He was like, had all these words he had to say, and I'm just sitting here quietly listening to him. I said, I think you just want to do the show by yourself today.
I'm the boring one.
I don't think so. He's got all the words free today. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Oh, you.
Look what I got for Valentine's Day. I got some wine gums from my Valentine. So hopefully you had a good Valentine's Day. Hopefully you have, some people have, and at least where we are, tomorrow off for Family Day. Some people don't. It depends on where you work and how it plays out.
Yeah, that's true. Some parts of Canada celebrate it, some other parts don't. It's a provincial thing, I think, right?
Yep. And Valentine's Day always important for me because I get to appreciate the one that I love and the one that puts up with me.
I thought he was going to say because he gets chocolate, but he didn't get chocolate this year. I gave him wine gums instead. We've been eating lots of chocolate the last little while, thanks to all the wonderful people that came with us, fellow cruisers that came with us on this last cruise. I guess all the fellow Canucklings, I should say. They spoiled Jerry Rodden with lots of chocolate, for sure.
And I still didn't gain a pound on that cruise.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go.
Control. Don't eat the bread constantly at every meal. That's the secret, I think.
I think it is, too, because he wasn't doing it, and of course I was, and of course I gained weight. But bread is definitely my downside on a cruise.
How much?
Not telling.
Not telling. Oh, where do we do it today? I forget all the buttons I'm supposed to click on. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about cruising, maybe what you like about cruising, what we think cruising is. Maybe fall asleep in the middle of all that.
Sorry, guys. I had a good sleep last night, too.
Okay, so housekeeping stuff. We got to catch up with recent content and what's coming up next. So Azamara stuff has been coming out. Our vlogs have been coming out. A lot of you have been watching them from what we can tell. And we do have, I think we have one more day in Tortola, I think is the next one coming out this week. And then we had 2 sea days at the end. So we're combining those into one vlog for the final push, and then we'll do a quick little review of Azamara so you can find out whether we liked it or we didn't like it. I think it's probably obvious, but we'll get into the details of that in another video. And then after that, you're going to see in a couple of weeks, the group cruise is going to start coming out and all the videos from that 12-day adventure as well. So, which was really exciting. And we had a great time getting to places we've never been before. And we went to a whole new continent. We got to South America.
Yeah.
So that was
exciting for us. That was part of the reason why we picked this cruise as a group cruise, was it went to quite a few places that we had never been to. So we were quite happy to be able to do that and explore different places for the first time with groups of people.
And I guess in case we don't get back to it, the one noteworthy thing that happened that was unexpected on our group cruise was the fact that we did have a port canceled. So we did not get into Grand Cayman. So, and that was kind of an interesting day because we were actually at Grand Cayman doing some shuttling of some medical situation.
They did a medical transfer.
And you'll see in the videos, but the seas were dead calm.
Yeah.
So we're a little confused to why we didn't get to the port that day, but
I didn't share this with Jerry today, but I was on social media on Instagram following a few of the cruise vloggers that we follow, and one of our favorite cruise vloggers was posting that the same thing was happening to them, and they're showing the picture outside their cabin with the calm water, and they're like, "We don't understand. This is the third time it's happened to us this year in the Caribbean." Seems to be happening more and more and more, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Not just us, but other people it's happening that on days that it doesn't look like it's bad weather, they're canceling ports. Often it's tender ports, sometimes private islands. So it seems to be a trend.
Makes you wonder. Something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And it's unfortunate because we want to get to those ports when we book a cruise, that's for sure. Question and comment of the week. So I may have to read this one from the screen, so you'll see me looking over my glasses. And Hawkman made a very interesting comment, or kind of a question comment. So why doesn't Princess utilize the medallion technology for guest services? You could ask for guest services for assistance through the app, and then they could find you with the medallion and show up with their iPad or whatever, and they could tablet, and they could kind of help you with whatever your issue is, instead of these long lines that you're just standing there. It's kind of it's an interesting idea, and I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a great idea. I said I was the one that responded to this comment, and I said it's a fabulous idea. I'm sure Princess will probably say they don't have the manpower to make that work for them, but I know that it definitely would be, something that would just improve your vacation, because who wants to stand in line for like an hour at guest services at any point of your time, right? Standing in line is not a part of the fun of a vacation, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. I do like, and we should mention that we have reached out via the app through Princess when we've had concerns. One time it was that we saw the wrong charge on our bill, and we wrote in and said, we were billed for something that we didn't order, and we were able to deal with it electronically without having to go to guest services. While we were in the middle of waiting for a theater show to start one night, we were able to deal with an issue. So they do that, or at least they did a few years ago. It's been a few years since we've done that. I don't know.
I think there's so much potential with the Princess Medallion app and that whole technology. I don't feel Princess is making use of it anymore as much as they used to. It feels like it's being pulled back a little bit.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, definitely they did more with it years ago when they first brought it out than we feel like they're doing now. Every time we cruise with them, it's a little bit less. I mean, it's still, in my opinion, probably one of the best things. I still love the medallion as compared to a key card and all of that sort of thing that you get on other cruise lines. But it could be potentially, like this person said, could be utilized so even better.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be nice to have an option saying, would you like them to come find you in person? Maybe it's something they can answer via the app. Maybe it's, they can call you in your cabin when you're available. There's way better ways of dealing with things than lining up a big long line when you've got such great technology on the ship. It's kind of how we feel. Yeah. So that was the question of the week. I thought it was really thought-provoking. Group cruise update. So we've been cruising, so we haven't had a chance to really organize anything and finalize anything. But I think we hinted at this. We did some surveys on our Facebook group, and I think we pretty well decided that we already have a patron cruise booked in 2027 later. We don't have anything early in the year. We're looking for a warm weather cruise, and we're also looking for a Northern Europe cruise. We've had lots of people reach out saying they'd love to go to Northern Europe with us, and we'd love to get there with everybody as well. And so I think what the timing is going to be is probably something in January to warm destination is what we're planning. And hopefully by next weekend we'll have more details on that. And then we're also looking at probably sometime mid-spring, maybe sometime in May, to Northern Europe. We want to wait late enough so that the weather is decent in Europe. We don't want to.
Yeah, so maybe our Scotland friends can let us know. Would it May be okay?
Yeah, like late May, almost June is what we're thinking. Yeah,
that's what we're leaning towards.
We don't want to catch the peak of the tourist season because the prices are a little bit better if you go a little early, but we also don't want to be like snowing. So, yeah, so we're looking at announcing that maybe as soon as next weekend is the plan. If we can get everything going, we're getting caught up. So.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the strategy right now. And as far as cruise lines, we're looking at different options, mainly Princess and Holland America. But we haven't really ruled anything out because we haven't really finalized anything. So that's, I think, the best we can give you, but we should have an announcement by next week, and that'll give us time to start booking for January of 27 and for probably May of 27 is the plan. which is coming up fast. I keep looking at these dates thinking, it can't be that time yet already, is it? The other day, I wrote down the time somewhere, or the date the other day, and I put 2024, so I'm a little stuck. 2 years behind.
2 years off.
That's where my brain is.
Oh, yeah, time is just flying by. Every time we turn around, we're like, it can't already be this month. It can't already be this long, Anyways, it's,
like it felt like
wonderful and scary all at the same time,
like
how fast it's going.
For a long time there, it felt like our Volendam cruise was way out. And like, literally, that is like, what are you looking at? 7 months now, almost just over half a year, we're going to be on Volendam with everybody going out of Montreal. And that felt like it was going to be forever away.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
And I hear people talk now about booking in 2028. That sounds like the future when we're flying around in spaceships instead of driving cars. Like, my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing it, though. They'll be booked. Mm-hmm.
So I got you a trivia question this week because I know how much you love trivia.
Yes, I love trivia.
This is even a Valentine's-related trivia question for you and cruise-related at the same time. Let's see. You might actually get this one. Ready? Mm-hmm. In 2020, which cruise line set a Guinness World Record for the largest multi-location vow renewal on Valentine's Day? And how many do you think renewed their vows on that day? So which cruise line set the Guinness Book record for multi-location vow renewal?
I'm going to say it was...
Don't say it. Well, let people answer first.
Oh, okay. Give us your guess. I think I know the answer to this, though.
Do you think it's Viking?
No.
You don't think it's Viking?
And how many vows were renewed?
How many do you think?
I know what cruise line, but I don't know how many. Okay. I agree with everybody's comments that are coming in, but guys, give me a guess. How many people do you think it was?
We've got 4 Princess already in right now.
I'm pretty sure it was Princess. I remember seeing this with Princess.
Cunard. Donna's saying Cunard. Or Cunard if you're from Halifax.
How many?
How many do you guess? So you're guessing
vow renewals.
You're guessing Princess, and how many do you think renewed that day?
It was probably all their ships, right?
Part of the hint is actually multi-location, so it's more than one.
So all of their cruise ships. So I'm going to say around 9,000 people.
Wow. You sure?
Yeah. Well, is that too many?
That's a lot.
Well, all of their ships? Oh, Bruce is being much more realistic with 3,678.
We got everything from 100 from Peggy all the way to 9,000 from you.
Yeah. Well, Julie just said 1,200. I just think when we were on Princess for our very first group cruise and they did the vow renewal, that atrium was full of people. And that ship alone probably had 150 to 200 people doing a vow renewal, right?
Right.
And so if they did that on all of their cruise ships, how many cruise ships do they have?
Oh, now you're going to ask me a question that...
So maybe, I think Bruce might be closer to the right answer with his 3,600. He's very specific, 3,678 people. But yeah, that's probably close. Okay, what's the answer?
The answer is, drumroll, it's Princess.
Yeah.
And
Princess.
The number is 1,403.
Okay. So Julia was the closest, Alan was the closest, with 1,500. I just saw that one coming in now.
Surprising, though, it wasn't all their ships.
Oh.
It was done over 3 ships, the Regal Princess, the Royal Princess, and the Crown Princess.
Oh, it's only 3 ships.
And
that's why.
Wasn't some of the old Love Boat cast on there to help do the... wasn't?
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think I did see that.
I do think that Joe Whalen was on there.
Yeah.
I think that, Vicky was on there.
Maybe
helping.
Even Captain Stubing was then.
I'm not sure. Captain Stubing was still with us then, though.
Yeah, I think he was in 2024.
No, 2020.
Oh, 2020, definitely.
Yeah.
2020. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there.
So involved in it. That's the number. So a little under your 9,000.
A little under my 9,000.
It's a good try, though. If they would have done all the ships in the fleet, your 9,000 might have been...
Well, I thought it would have been all the ships. Yeah. Anyways, okay. That's how good I am at trivia, guys. You don't want me on your team. If you're ever on a future group cruise or any cruise and you see me walking by and you're doing trivia, don't say, hey, Jill, come join our team. You don't want that. I'm warning you.
Oh, hopefully Ruth isn't watching now. She'll be very disappointed in you.
She would be very disappointed in me. Sorry, Ruthie.
Yes, the Georgia Peaches would not be happy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on.
Moving on, they say. And moving on to, the heart of today's topic, which is all about the things we love about cruising. We're going to break it down a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we're going to put you on The place in place.
We're put you on the spot, is what he's trying to say.
Spot the dog. So why do you choose to cruise so much over other travel options, like going to a destination, doing an all-inclusive, training it across the continent, backpacking through Mexico,
road tripping it with your car,
driving to Florida? Yeah. Why do you cruise?
Tenting. How about going in a tent? Some people
go camping. They call that camping, not tenting.
But I think people need to, when they talk about camping, they need to sort of clarify, because we have some wonderful Patreon members that go camping, but they have like a pretty sophisticated looking setup with beautiful, great big, huge trailers that they're pulling.
They don't call that
best
camping.
Of the best. What is that?
Glamping.
Well, exactly.
Glamour camping.
Well, I was just going to say, when Jerry would say to me, let's go camping, he meant let's pull out the tent and sleep on the ground.
No washrooms.
But I mean, I know that we have quite a few followers that love to go out in their gorgeous trailers and campers that are as nice as my home and go camping. I can get my head around that.
Get your head there.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you cruise then?
Do you want me to go into that, or we're going to read a few?
Well, I want your answer first.
Okay, well.
What's your one answer? What's the main reason?
Okay, the main thing I love about cruising over every other type of travel that we've ever done is I unpack my suitcase on embarkation day, and I don't have to live out of a suitcase. That's probably the biggest plus for me.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you mine.
I'm only allowed to have one, but there'd be a lot more if I was allowed to have more.
We're going to get into more. But
okay. But he told me one.
You told you one. I'm so mean. So we'll see what someone else says before I give mine. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
And just before, and also I want to point out that Bruce and Kate are very kind.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. And trust me, with some of the advice that Bruce gave me, yeah, we're going to be able to pay you back.
I was just going to say he's going to be putting that into good use. But look, this is the little ducky that Kate gave me. I have Bruno has been sniffing it and licking it and trying to decide whether he wants to capture it as his own toy.
So thank you, Bruce and Kate, again for everything on board, as well as the special gift there. And Bruce and Tawny, their reason is unpack once.
Yes. Unpack once. See, they agree with me. It's so much nicer, especially because I don't pack I know some people that can backpack through Europe in a backpack. Maybe that's, and go for a month and do that. That's just not me. I'd be there with my 3 suitcases, legging them everywhere.
Your 4 backpacks full of dresses. Yeah. Gates has an idea.
Okay.
Gates says a different place every day.
Love that too. I agree with you with that. I mean, before we started cruising, we used to do a lot of sort of fly to a location and rent a car and do road trips where we'd be 3 days here, 3 days there, 3 days somewhere else. Which, because we wanted to see as much as we could in a week or 10 days. But cruising does that for you, and you don't have to be packing up and driving. So yes, it's lovely. When you go to bed in one location, you wake up the next day and you're in a whole new location.
Peggy, she's kind of cheating a little bit. She gave us more than one.
Oh.
But she said Bruce's, the unpack, and yours once. Yeah. She had multiple destinations, the same as Gates.
Good food.
And it's a good food. I think the food one goes sometimes unmentioned, because I feel that that's one of the big differences we have found with other types of travel. Because if we're traveling, say, on a road trip, odds are we're eating a lot of fast food because it's the least expensive way to get something in your belly.
Or if you're driving and you're on a timeline, whereas you're not on a cruise ship as much.
And I think also when you go to all-inclusives, that it can be hit and miss with the food. Some all-inclusives, you can be really happy with the food. Yep. Some, even if they're 5-star, there's an iffy factor as to how good the food is.
Yeah, we've done a few all-inclusives before we started cruising, around 3, I guess, before we started cruising. And, they were all 5 stars every time we booked them. And 1 out of the 3, the food was good. The other 2 was not good, to the point that I got very ill and lost a few days of my vacation with food poisoning. That can be...
And I think that even the best food at an all-inclusive might just be the average standard fare on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I think that you could always find better eating venues on a cruise ship than you will at an all-inclusive. Even at the all-inclusive, especially dining, that's been our experience, at least. And we've done about probably half a dozen or so.
And this is another one that I like that Peggy said too. I just feel more safe cruising. It's
Yeah.
true. I agree with you with that. There's been times where we've gone different places and, you're booking a hotel from a website or however you book your hotel and you don't really know the neighborhood. And then you get there and you're like, well, the hotel is nice, but the neighborhood's a little sketchy. You don't feel like that when you're on a cruise ship, right? You get on that cruise ship and you feel safe. And that's a very valid point. What was the one that you said you wanted to share? You were going to share your top one.
Oh, I get to put mine in there?
Yeah.
Mine hasn't been mentioned yet.
Oh, what's your top one?
And this one, it was kind of reminded to me of someone at work, ironically, who has never cruised.
Oh.
But they told me that they watch our videos. And the reason they watch our videos is because they are so fascinated with the anatomy of a cruise ship, all the different facilities and how it's laid out different on different ships and all the different options. And I find that's what I love about cruising is I love going on there. I love going and finding my secret spots. I love scouting out the whole ship to find those.
You love the actual physical ship.
I love the ship and all the things that it brings. And I'm always looking for ways I can enjoy it in my way.
So you find a ship much more interesting compared to, say, going to an all-inclusive resort.
I think they're all pretty well close to the same. A lot of them have beach access. They all got a swimming pool. They sometimes have a golf course on the side. It gets pretty standard fare when it comes to all-inclusive. And on a road trip, you get a lot of variety and a lot of things that are pretty interesting as well. So I think that's the draw of a road trip. But I find with a cruise ship that I love the first day on a cruise ship because I'm just fascinated. I know some other people that might relate to this that are especially Canadian. I've always said that I love hockey arenas. And I love the second I walk into a hockey arena and see what's unique about it and how different it is because every hockey arena is a little bit different. I feel cruise ships are just like hockey arenas to me.
These are words I've never heard before.
There you go.
There you go. This many years together and still learning new things. I knew he loved hockey, but hockey arenas per se. Yep. I mean, I've been to quite a few hockey arenas with Mr. Canuck. I'm like, they're all the same. They've got chairs and there's this big oval with ice in the middle of it.
It's funny because a lot of people that maybe don't like cruising that much, they would probably tell you that all cruise ships are just the same. They all got a casino and a buffet.
Yeah,
right?
And they aren't all the same. No, it's true. Azamara doesn't even have a casino. That was a pretty unique feature, we thought. Mm-hmm.
Heidi is saying what she likes about it, she only unpacks once. It doesn't have to decide for what's for dinner.
Yes.
Seeing new ports, except for sea days, but also loves the sea days.
Yeah, we do too. Yeah.
Okay. And Cyan made a guess for the trivia. Yeah. Here's an interesting one from Jillian.
Safety for a solo traveler. Also, it's kind of a one-stop shop with incredible staff. Yeah. No, great. The safety first, even more so with a solo traveler. I would imagine that would be important, Jillian.
As a solo female traveler, I think that you'd be totally safe on a cruise ship, whereas elsewhere in the world, you might not be as safe wandering around by yourself.
And one-stop shop with incredible staff. I like that. That's very well put.
Yeah, and if you do something like we noticed on Azamara, they went out of their way with the solo travelers to have them more involved and have people. It's funny.
When we were on our a cruise earlier in the year, I guess it was an NCL cruise, I'll let you guys know. We met a solo traveler and it was his very first time cruising. And he said to me he was a little disappointed because he didn't think they did enough for solo travelers. And so I had a conversation with him about, researching what cruise line does sort of cater to solo travelers. And we really did see that was one thing that Azamara, but even Seabourn too, we thought they both really went out of their way to include solo travelers in a lot of different things. So that was great.
And I see that Doug has given you a little bit of a gift as well. Doug has given you a little something for the Wang Wang Fund. To do all you and those who cruise Holland America and are veteran cruisers of Holland America, you know what the Wang Wang is. It's the secret drink on the menu that they don't tell you about. But if you ask for it, they're going to look at you like, oh, you don't know what you're getting into.
But you know what? We just had a patron member that's on a Holland America cruise right now, and she just posted a picture, and they were at a Welcome Aboard event, and they actually listed the Wang Wang as a special cocktail for this Welcome event. They had 3 specialty cocktails, and Wang Wang was on the menu. And I'm like, we've never seen this. So I don't know. I guess maybe we've talked about it enough that the secret's out, so the cruise line is going with it. Because it's now actually it was on this Welcome Aboard drink option menu. But yes, Wang Wang. Thanks, Doug. Yeah, Nancy and I will be having a few of them in the Med in May.
And I'm just looking here at I'm trying to find where I was here. I think we're at John. Back up to John.
Okay.
Because all inclusives are a complete gamble when it comes to food and service. They charge year to year. Yeah. They change year to year.
They change year to year. So true, John. Absolutely. We have felt that too. You know, we've had really good friends and family that have gone back to the same all-inclusive, and they're like, what a totally different experience in 1 to 2 years. That can happen a little bit with cruise lines, a little bit. Like we kind of feel like, you know, for instance, we were on the Caribbean Princess, 3 years ago, and just got off of it last week. There were definitely things that we loved about it the first time around that wasn't happening this time. So I guess that can happen everywhere, but at least the food was still very good. But yes.
Christine is saying also unpack once and seeing many different interesting ports.
Yeah.
And it's funny, the port thing is a plus and minus, right? Because you get to so many different ports, but you just get a sample of them. Like you get kind of a buffet of ports on a cruise, I always say, because you get to kind of get a little bit of a taste of all the ports, but you don't get to be there for days and days and get immersive. Unless you do some of the smaller cruise lines that actually do overnights in the ports, you get to see more of the community and feel like you're more in the culture that way as well.
Robert has a question here.
Yep.
What cruise line is best suited for someone with the use of a mobility device? I imagine he's saying.
I'd say that it's got to the point where all of them are pretty accommodating.
I would say that too, but what my advice would be is to not go to the newer ones of the cruise lines, because the older ships, in my opinion, whether that's Princess or Holland America or even Norwegian or even Carnival, the older the ship, the more generous space they seem to have allowed for free space for moving around, whether that's larger bar and lounges, but even larger cabins,
hallways,
larger
public spaces.
Yeah, exactly. So that my advice would be, you know, pick the cruise line for what they're offering, but maybe not go to their newest ships, because the newer ships, everything seems to be a little bit narrower, tables and chairs a little bit closer together in all their venues, hallways not as wide. We really noticed a big difference in the width of the hallway on the Sun Princess compared to the older older Princess ships that we've cruised on, stuff like that. So that would be our advice.
That's a really clever answer. I would have never thought of that.
Well,
man, the juices are flowing today for you.
Again, I do think, you know, the bigger, doesn't necessarily have to be a large ship for people capacity. Like Volendam, for instance, one of Holland America's smaller ships, had a lot of open space, in my opinion. And so it would be a great one to choose.
There you go, cruise expert.
Not an expert, just have a lot of opinions.
A lot of experience, but that's a nicer way of saying it. The Hadley Cold are saying that air travel is no longer fun.
So true. If we can go somewhere on a cruise that and not have to be, I mean, for us, because we're so far away from cruises, we definitely have to fly lots like you do. But you're right. Being on a cruise as opposed to getting on an airplane is much more enjoyable.
It's why we dream of the day we can live somewhere we can drive to a port. Not sure it'll ever happen, but it's in a dream. Athena and Brian say also going to multiple locations, but they bring up another one too, is the staff customer service. Yeah. And just the staff in general go above and beyond anything I've ever seen at an all-inclusive resort.
True. And and like when you're on a ship for 12 days like we just were, it felt like, you know, you got to know the same waiters, especially like we spent a lot of time at the Wheelhouse Bar on this last cruise with the group. And so there were a couple of core waiters that looked after our group every night. And, you know, they almost became a part of the group near the end of it, you know, taking pictures with everybody, having a great time. You know, we were giving them snacks one night, stuff like that. So it is true. The service or the customer service is amazing on cruise ships.
Christine has a good one too. She loves cruising because she gets a vacation too, because her husband and daughter have food allergies, and on a cruise they have a whole team that'll help with it. And we went through that in our lifetime as well.
That's an excellent point, Christina. Yep. I will say, so we have a daughter with a severe anaphylactic nut allergy. And, you know, traveling with her was always very stressful. We were always reading everything at every restaurant, checking with waiters and cook staff everywhere we went. And the first time we took her on a cruise, we were able to, before we even got on the cruise, indicate that she had a severe nut allergy. the maitre d' came and introduced himself to us within 2 minutes of sitting down at the table. Him and the waiter were there, and they just looked after her the whole cruise. And at that time, she was still a little child. She went to the kids' clubs. They had a whole list of stuff that they would look after for her, give her and not give her. They gave me a cell phone so they could contact me at any time if they had a question about whether they could feed her something. The service that we received from a cruise line because of her food allergy, it cemented that cruise travel was for us. So that's a great point.
Yeah, it was safer for her to be on a cruise ship eating than it was for us to send her off to school or any social event in our community, because you never know what you're going to get in a potluck or a cafeteria full of students.
Yeah.
She was safer on a cruise ship than she was in her regular life.
Yeah, we felt she was able to have independence, and we were able to have a vacation because the cruise staff took such great care of her. So that was that's a great point.
Yeah, it's a really good point. John from Kirky's following up with our comment about Scotland.
Oh, good.
He says, in May it can be nice, but you're only lucky if it's warm. And that's kind of what it's like around here. If you get a nice stretch in May, it's nice weather, but otherwise it can be chilly. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just like here.
Yeah.
And Paul and Wanda are saying, good food, no housework, and no cooking.
Mm.
There you go. And it's true. The no housework and no cooking is a big one. Because as soon as we got home, we were trying to figure, what do you want for dinner tonight? And you're back into that rut. And it's like, then I can't just leave stuff around the house because like someone else isn't going to pick it up for me. Yeah.
They don't in your cabin either. I do.
You do.
I will never let our cabin guy have to come and pick up the stuff that he leaves around the room. Yeah, I'm not that. We aren't that person.
Yeah, I had a shower this morning. I had to.
You had to dry your own shower.
I had to pick up my own towels. Like,
that's true. Yeah, okay. You
do
have to do that.
We need a cruise.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and Gail is saying that you get to go to many places and unpack once. She has no use for camping. She's on your side.
Yeah, right? No use.
Never done an all-inclusive or a resort.
Uh-huh.
Brian and Athena are saying the food's amazing. Joan is saying, unpack one delicious food, waited on hand and foot, complete relaxation.
It truly is, right?
Yep, and that kind of ties a little bit. Complete relaxation ties into one of the themes I've always said. It's not my number one, but it's close. That you can cruise your way.
That's true.
You can literally do everything all day long and just be busy, busy, busy. Or you can lay on a lounger and read a book or tune out or just listen to the music and relax for the whole trip.
And that was one thing that really appealed to us early on in the cruising too, because not so much anymore, but when we first started cruising and traveling together, Jerry would want to just lay down and relax, and I wanted to do 20 different things. That was my personality. Now I'm more like with Jerry. I just want to lay down and relax and read a book. I'm quite happy to do that. But when we first started cruising, I'd highlight or circle 20 different items on the itinerary of the agenda, and I'd go off and do it, and then I'd go and meet Jerry and have lunch with him, and then I'd go do my own thing, and we'd meet up later. And we loved it because he was able to relax and I was able to be entertained, and we both felt like we had the vacation we wanted with neither one of us having to compromise.
Peggy says that her husband is the same as me.
Oh, about liking the cruise ships.
There's people more like just me. I'm not just a problem.
I didn't say you were a problem. As you were describing it, I thought you sounded very, very much like a man. A man. Not a manly man, but a man.
I can't reach that standard for some reason. And Paul and Wanda have one that we didn't really mention.
Oh, this is a good one too.
The live music and entertainment. And I think that that's one of those unmeasurable things. Because if you're on a road trip, you could go and see musicals and catch concerts if you wanted to, but that would be so expensive and it would really drive the price per day up.
Yeah.
You could also, if you are at an all-inclusive, you have very few options for music and entertainment. There is usually some, but it's never to the caliber of going and watching a production show on a cruise ship.
True.
So that's a big one as well. And all that's included in your fare. You're not paying extra for that on a ship. It's in that price per day. So I think that's a really good one.
That is a good one. Yeah.
And Ob and Steve were saying they find it's a safe way to visit places that they wouldn't otherwise travel to.
Yeah. Very good point.
No imagination could I ever have pictured us traveling to Colombia, South America, if we didn't do it on a cruise.
That's right.
Right?
And yet we got there and we were just so impressed with it and just had the most fabulous day there. So I agree with you.
Rob and Judy also have one that hasn't come up, and they're talking about how you're meeting people from all over the world.
Yeah, so being on a cruise ship, you're sort of with the same people every day for multiple days. You sort of do get to start chatting with people that are in the loungers next to you or in the dining room next to you, all that sort of thing. So you're right, you do meet people from all over the place, which is quite fun.
And we're kind of proof of that we have, just by doing this channel and cruising and doing group cruises, we literally have a circle of friends that extends across the world, which is just amazing. We would have never had that if we didn't start cruising.
That's right.
It's absolutely true. Some of our people we love the most now in the world, we would have never met.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah. And Pamela is throwing in her 2 cents of saying she loves how easy it is, lots of dining choices, entertainment. And it's interesting because what's Bruno going for?
I don't know. Sorry.
He's leaving. He said enough. Bruno doesn't like this topic because he sees nothing good about cruising because we leave him.
Aww.
Poor Bruno.
I'm happy about that.
But Pamela touches on something with how easy it is, right? Mm-hmm. Is that you can get on the ship and you can do anything you want, nothing, you can do whatever you want, and it's all there. It's easy, it's laid out, you can go to do whatever, it's all kind of compartmentalized for you.
Rocking to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Take your pick. We love it all. I love everything she's around.
So yeah, because we often hear from people that do all-inclusives, they're like, I can't do a cruise, it's too complicated, because like all-inclusive, I pay for my flight, I go there and I come back and I never have to plan anything else.
Right.
Well, the cruise, yes, you do have to find your way to the cruise port, but if you
if they do now all offer
flights
to do it all for you.
So
more and more people are doing that all the time.
Yeah, once you get on board though, it's all taken care of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And and Tammy is saying she loves all the things to do and see.
Mm-hmm.
And Christine says only I could equate cruise ships to hockey arenas.
How truly Canadian is he, right? He needs to be wearing the maple leaf on his shirt right now, not me.
And Scooter says, my wife says packing cubes make unpacking very easy.
Yeah.
There you go. Something we've never used before.
We haven't, but some people love them. I've heard that from a lot of people.
Do you use the vacuum suck ones? Because we've talked to people who've used those.
So a friend of ours just got back from a cruise just yesterday, and I haven't spoke to her, seen her yet, but I'm waiting to hear because she actually bought those vacuum seal bags. So I want to know, she's my guinea pig. I want to know how she thought they worked because I think they sound like a great idea, but I haven't used them yet. And my fear is, will my clothes get so wrinkled that when I get to the cruise ship, I have to spend all day ironing my clothes? I don't want that to be the case. So I'll let you guys know how she made out with them.
Kate says she loves for the complete relaxation, no cleaning, no cooking, no laundry, just enjoying time with family and friends.
Yeah.
Although some people do laundry. As Amara, some Princess, some cruise lines still have laundromats, so you can do your own laundry.
Yeah, for sure.
So there might be some of that.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can ship it out. For some people, it's included with their loyalty levels.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I love a cruise ship that does offer a room that I can go to and iron, especially because sometimes by the time we pack and we get to the cruise, our clothes might be wrinkled from sitting in there a long time. So I love that Princess, for instance, has an ironing room that you can go to.
There you go. Yep, I do too.
Peggy's saying never ask an Hal bartender to surprise you with a drink because they will give you a wang wang. Oh, there you go. Oh.
Glenn and Charlene said they love being on the ship. We look out and all we can see is ocean for miles and miles.
Isn't that the most beautiful sight?
Yeah, some people love that. Yeah, some people don't like it when it gets rocky.
Some people.
Some people have found the right pills to make that go away.
But it's true. There's nothing more peaceful than staring out at the calm ocean.
And Bruce and Tanya are saying they love all the new destinations. Even the short visits are good many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You do get a chance to go to places you wouldn't normally get. The only place you don't really get to is interior locations.
Right.
Which is our challenge with some spots in the world that we want to get to interior. It's interesting. Scooter saying that packing cubes changed everything.
There you go.
So there you go. And Julia is saying that loves cruising, something for everybody, for the family to enjoy. That's the other thing we haven't really touched on is the family component, right?
Right.
You can go on adults only cruises.
Mm-hmm.
You can go. I have someone that I worked with a couple of years ago. They would go on Disney cruises and they had no children, but they weren't into really Disney. They just enjoyed the adults only facilities at Disney and never said there was much to do with the children, which is really interesting to me. Mm-hmm. But you can do that, or you can take your family on Disney. You can take your family on all the other cruise lines. Not all, but most have now clubs for kids. They have theme park stuff on the bigger, newer ships.
I do like that it's a multi-generational family trip option is a good one. Our children, we raised them on cruise ships, but they also, our parents would go with us, and we'd have 3 generations cruising, and everybody was able to do what they wanted to do during the day and then just meet up for dinner every day. So that worked out really well for our family, especially.
Susan is saying she likes just being waited on.
Yeah.
And they do spoil you. They really do.
Yeah.
They treat you in a way that I've never been treated going to a normal restaurant or going to even a theater show somewhere. It really is, that experience. Bruno's on the run, is he?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where he's growing, but he's off.
He's done.
Bruno's calling it today. Christine says she loves the sea day, sitting on a balcony with a good book, glass of wine, just watching the sun shine off the sea.
Nice.
And I'm just saying some more support for the packing cubes. Here we go. Just a comment about the accessibility. Bruno, do you want to come here? Hubby has an easy time on cruise ships. He's in a wheelchair.
So, yeah, there are a lot of people on cruise ships that are using wheelchairs or scooters or canes and walkers and that sort of thing. And they're very accommodating for sure. And they have cabins that are accessible cabins. The one trick from what I hear from everybody that needs those cabins is you have to book far out because they sell out fast. Mm-hmm. And Tammy is saying she loves the spa and the unpacking only once. Mm-hmm. And Patty's saying, I love the freedom of seeing nothing but ocean and sky, no responsibilities to anyone else. Very nice.
Yeah. There used to be a time when there wasn't even internet on the ships. Remember those good old days? Yeah. If you had your phone, you couldn't afford to use it on the ships. You put it in the safe, and you went out. You spent a week just vacationing with no worries what was going on at home. It's hard to imagine that world now where people are still connected with home constantly and FaceTiming and everything else. But it used to be a total separation from your real life and your reality.
It's true.
And your cruise.
Ellen's saying unpack once, but my interests are a lot about all the mechanical, how it works, like a well-greased machine. The ocean is mesmerizing and meeting interesting folks. Yeah, it sounds like you need to do a behind the scenes of a cruise ship tour. If you've done that, they're pretty interesting to see how that works.
We've cruised with people that are new to cruising. They don't realize that that's an option. And a lot of times it's not advertised well around the ship. You have to kind of really pay attention to the daily programs that come out and all that. But many of them, if not, almost all of them offer a behind the scenes tour, which is really fascinating. We've done it a few times. Mm-hmm. And it's really, really well worth it.
Oh, Pam's making a good point. I can bring my own pillow with me by using compression cubes or bags. They have made a huge difference on how well I sleep at night.
Ooh,
that's a really good option.
Can I bring all 5?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Mr. Canuck sleeps with a transport truck full of pillows, so he's not allowed to, but I could bring my one. Yeah.
Oh.
And let's see. Like anything in life, some people always need their coworker to help them out. Oh. I'm not sure what that one's about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Bidford's saying, but
okay, moving on.
Yeah, that's the last one actually.
Oh, okay.
But I do have more questions. We got a little bit of time for some really. Okay. We'll go to the rapid answer round. Okay.
Okay.
No long answers for this one. I do have a couple more, and the next one was going to be. Oh, everybody asked you this one anyway, so we're going to throw it at you, and you can answer in the comments what yours is. Favorite cruise line?
Why does he always do this? Okay, my new favorite cruise line is Azamara. I'll just say it straight
changed.
Out there.
What was it before Azamara?
Well, I always said that Holland America and Princess were tied, but I'm pretty sure that Azamara jumped the line.
There
in
you
both
go.
Of them.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, Azamara is my new favorite cruise line.
New favorite,
and I've only been on one ship, but apparently all 4 of their ships are identical. They look the same. So yeah. So I'm going with Azamara, but I'm seeing Charlene and is saying Princess, Judy and Rob are saying Celebrity, Peggy is Hal, Kim is Hal, Jillian is Hal, Celebrity and Virgin.
I'm just going to throw up Leighton's life comment is it hits home to me also is to the last question, but just saying likes the sound and the vibe on the cruise ship, especially at night. I always say that I love a cruise ship for the night, walking around the upper decks and the pool area. It's just there's something special about it out in the middle of the ocean. But but yeah, lots of Princess, Hal, Celebrity, MSC's in there as well. Princess, Celebrity, Gary's saying also the ability to unplug, Holland America. It's almost like a vote. Who do you think? Who do you think won? I think.
Well, there seems to be a lot of Hal right now.
Hal is out there. Celebrities there quite a bit too.
I like this. Heidi and I are on the same page for the most part. Any cruise line, I just like to cruise. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Jerry throws all these cruise line options out for me in different ones. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Valerie's saying Princess all the way, and Steve is saying Hal and Princess for us. Oh, and Tawny's favorite is Oceania. I haven't tried an Oceania yet, so you never know. That might make its way up there. And Brian's saying Azamara is your favorite, but aren't they a lot pricey? So what's your favorite comparing dollar to dollar? So when we did our Azamara, we were able to get it cheaper than Princess and Norwegian. We were looking at 3 different cruise lines, and Azamara came in cheaper. So that's why we tried them. They aren't more expensive all the time. There are some times that they are more expensive. So you're right. They're, dollar to dollar.
And you have to compare same to same is the problem, right? So if you're comparing a base fare on Holland America Princess without a drink package, they're always going to be probably cheaper than Azamara, because Azamara is an all-inclusive experience.
Right.
So you have to kind of compare apples to apples. And when we do that, a lot of times Azamara is very competitive. There's sometimes they are more expensive, you're right. Mm-hmm. But there's times that, like we have found, that there's times when they're less expensive.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking for them to come into that same price line that we would pay for Princess and Hal and book them at those timelines. There are some that is more expensive.
In saying that, the experience was, in my opinion, so much better on Azamara. I'd be willing to pay a premium to have that experience again.
It's funny, we sort of asked that question when we were on Azamara, and we're sort of going deep in here, Azamara, but we were traveling with 2 other people, and the 4 of us, we asked each other the question, would you be willing to pay more for the Azamara experience than what we are used to with, say, Princess and Holland America? And we all said, yes, we would. Jerry and I asked each other that question with Seabourn, and we both said, no, we wouldn't. So that's the difference in our opinions, obviously our humble opinion. And again, it's still a very new opinion because we've only done one. So did we just luck out and have one amazing experience? I don't know. We obviously want to try more Azamara to feel a little more educated and to cement that opinion a little bit more.
Yeah, we have one booked in 2027, so we'll definitely be on another one.
Yeah.
And we're looking at maybe booking one this year. So we'll see if that works out as well. So,
but in answer to your question, Brian, if I took out Azamara out of the mix, what would be comparing dollar to dollar, Holland and America and Princess to me are very, very similar. And I think I'd have to give them a tie for most parts.
Well, I'd be wanting to put Holland America ahead of Princess at this point for me. If Azamara wasn't, because Azamara is also my favorite. And only because I'm tough because I like Holland America experience maybe a little bit better. There's things I like about it. My frustration is there's no new ships and there's no new small ships. Princess, they have more options for ships. Even though I'm not a big fan of the newer class, they still have a lot of older style ships that I can still go in and try different ships now and then. So for me, it comes back to the ships again.
Yeah. Was the smaller shower on Azamara an issue, Christine asked. Surprisingly not. I was concerned that it would be an issue, but I found that it was, it had a shower curtain. Say that right now. So you compare it to other cabins that we've had that have had a shower curtain, it was as good as those ones, if not better. It wasn't as small as the Caribbean Princess that we had when we had an ocean view room, in my opinion. But yeah, I was concerned about that. In saying that, there is a spa that you can go to, and they have very large showers in the spa, and they're free to use. You don't need a pass to go to them.
Yeah.
Or the workout room area.
And the spa's at the front of the ship, but the ships are so small that it's never very far from where your cabin is.
Yeah.
So it's not very inconvenient. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I guess I will throw one last question at you in the rapid round.
Okay.
That is, where is your favorite? Where do you love to go most of all on a cruise ship? What's your favorite? Let's go region. Let's not go specific port.
Okay.
If you could just go to the same spot over and over again, what would it be?
Caribbean, because I love to snorkel. And I know I've been there more than anywhere else, but I am the happiest when I'm in water. I love the Mediterranean, but put me in the water in the Caribbean with the snorkeling mask, and I'm in my happy place.
It's funny you say that, because I feel, for me, that when I'm in the Caribbean, I'm at my sweet spot and I fall in love with what I loved about cruising all over again, because the Caribbean has that effect on me. At least it does. However, if I was mentally trying to think about what the answer would be, erasing that kind of nostalgic Caribbean type of cruise, I would be tempted to say Europe, because I could do everything from the warm Mediterranean to the foggy Scotland to the central parts of Europe.
Europe's gorgeous too, of course it is, but it's a different type of vacation for sure. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And I would have loved to have said like East Coast Canada, everything else, but the problem there is there's so few ports and so few opportunities. We're going to try to stretch that a little bit this fall on the Volendam and get to Newfoundland and see a few more ports. So that market is opening and growing. So maybe we'll get back there again after Volendam and do more of East Coast Canada type of thing. So, and what's everyone else saying for where they like to go?
I'm seeing a good mixture, actually. British Isles, Caribbean, French Polynesia, Northern Europe, Mediterranean, Southern Caribbean, anywhere not hot. So some people don't like the Caribbean, right? And so, Caribbean for just cruising because it's warm. I want to wear sundresses and feel the warm rays of the sun. See, me too. I kind of, as we cruise all over and we're trying to cruise more places, we want to see the world through cruising. So obviously I've got to leave the Caribbean to do that. But every time I'm packing, I'm like, why am I packing sweaters? Why do I want to go on a cruise where I need sweaters? It's against my human nature.
I see Japan in there, which we haven't done yet. We also haven't done a lot of the Pacific Rim area. I see Bruce had said Northern Europe. We're kind of missing Norway, Baltic still as part of our, even though
we haven't done it yet.
We love what we've seen so far in Europe, but there's still some of Europe we haven't seen, which is nice because Europe has so many destination options, which is really good. Would you consider a 7-day group cruise? Well, I'm trying to figure what we've got planned ahead. I'm trying to think what would be 7-day. Actually, we are looking at a 7-day next year. So we haven't got the details worked out, but one of the options we've been looking at is a 7-day.
Yeah.
And
the Hadley Coles are saying Alaska was amazing until the Antarctica. I bet. No comparison.
And I've heard people say the similar thing, that Alaska was amazing until they went to Norway.
Yeah,
we've heard that comparison.
Yeah,
there's a back and forth about that. But
then we heard the opposite. So I think it depends on what part of the world you're from, because we've heard people from the UK saying that they thought Alaska was more amazing, and then we've heard people from Canada saying that. And the U.S. saying that they thought Norway and the fjords there were more amazing. So,
yeah, for sure. And there's also some people, us included, sometimes that we've looked at Alaska and said we liked East Coast Canada. We thought it was more amazing as far as very similar, different topography, but as far as cruise experience, small towns, whale watching, that type of stuff, that we like the East Coast as much too.
Yeah, we thought, well, and also more affordable. That's the other thing. We thought the excursions and doing things on an East Coast cruise were much more affordable than doing the excursions on an Alaska cruise, particularly.
Okay, well, looks like we're getting to the end. I think we got all the comments in there. So I guess all the stuff to do is to talk about our live next week.
Okay.
So we're going to be back next Sunday. We're settling in at home. And we are hoping to have a group cruise announcement. So if we get things ready this week, at least one, if not 2 group cruises that we're going to start talking about more for 2027, not for 28. We don't think that far ahead. Our brains don't work that way yet.
We should be, right?
We will be soon, but that's the plan. So we will update you on Sunday. And I think that's all we have for today. So watch for our end of our Azamara series coming out this coming week in our vlogs.
And thanks to everyone that participated today. Yes. And there was lots of involvement, and we always love a show like that. It makes the hour go by a lot faster when we're seeing your opinions and your questions. So we appreciate that.
And thanks to the special gifts for the people that pitched in a little bit to contribute to the channel.
Very generous of all of you. Thank you so much.
Our Wang Wang Fund is well established now. Or my investment fund is well established.
Oh, there you go. He's going to start. Oh, yeah. Anyways, and have a wonderful week, everybody. And be sure to check out the new vlogs that are being released. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and like to the channel. We appreciate that.
Any last words, Bruno? He's going upstairs to have some dinner.
Oh, it's almost supper time.
He's getting hungry. So bye, everybody, and we will see you next Sunday.
Bye for now.